Good morning, traders. Bill Dixon here at MF Global on Friday, October 7th, with some opening comments for the sauce markets. Cocoa's a little bit weaker this morning, pretty good distance off its highs. We were seeing resistance up around 27, maybe a little bit higher than that. We topped out today at 26.91, so looks like we fell a little bit short. Still do like the downside. I'm kind of surprised that we're not a little more supportive this morning. The British, after that decision that they made the other day, that sent it a little bit lower, is pretty strong today. Yet cocoa is selling off pretty heavily. Stock market does seem to be losing a little bit of its upside momentum, but it has had a pretty good run for the last 4 days. So it's not all that surprising. We'll see where it goes from there. But if the stock market can't extend the gains and the British can't continue to go higher and build on today's gains, I think that cocoa should go considerably lower and probably retest those lows. Fundamental picture is still the same as it has been for months seemingly. Got plenty on hand, plenty more to come. Weather's good, not really any threats to the supply at all. So I do expect that market to go down, and I think that if it does get at or above 27, I think that provides a pretty good shorting opportunity in some way, shape, or form, whether you want to sell calls, short futures, buy puts. I think they're all pretty good options at that point because I don't think you're going to take a whole lot of heat to the upside after that. Coffee, also weaker today. As we said before, I did kind of like getting short somewhere between that 235 and 240 level. I think we topped out a little bit above 236. Now we're trading a little bit lower than that, obviously. I still like the downside of that market. The fundamental picture does look pretty bearish. Supply seems to be okay, not really any real threats to the crop. I know there was some concern in the past about Brazil, but the weather does seem to be shaping up there, and it doesn't look like it's going to be as bad as they had originally anticipated. So again, not a whole lot of reasons for that market to rally. I think it was benefiting from some outside strength, which is kind of disappearing a little bit here today. The jobs number came out, not a whole lot of surprises there, pretty much in line. So it's not really providing a whole lot of direction to the markets. So coffee, like I said, I still like the downside in this one, but maybe you can hold out and wait for a better price to go ahead and establish some kind of a short position. Sugar, it's having a nice update today, kind of surprising, one of the only ones. It's still stuck in the range, so I wouldn't get too excited about the upside, but we did seem to have found a pretty good level of support a little bit lower. I still think that we will break that at some point in the near future in that March contract. So I think, like I said, I'd welcome any upside moves because I do think that they're going to provide pretty good shorting opportunities down the road. So I wouldn't, you might want to look into buying some puts in that market, press something around the 22, 23 level because I do think that that's a pretty viable level at this point. I do think that we'll see those levels sooner than later. Got a world surplus on hand, so there's really not a whole lot of reasons for that market to, or coming rather, a whole lot of reasons for that market to go ahead and rally. Also, we have that heavy net long position, which started to unwind a little bit. We'll see what the commitment of traders says later today, see if that unwound a little bit more. But I do think that if we do break some of the support levels, we will see that thing fall pretty good. So if you'd like to talk about these markets or any other markets in greater detail, feel free to reach me at my trade desk, which is 312-548-2942. And please do remember that futures trading does involve the risk of substantial loss and not suitable for all investors. Thanks and have a great week.